Hi, welcome to this episode. In this one, we are going to look at how to program this form using PHP in order to use it to be able to enter our new articles. In our previous episode, we learned how to display our articles, and the article we entered them manually into the database by using our database management interface. So to make it easier, that we created this create a new post form from the administrative area to allow the administrators to be able to enter new posts easily. So to do that, let's go ahead and go into our administrative interface. So if you remember very well, our administrative interface is available at admin-dashboard.php, which is here. Right now, when I click on admin-dashboard.php, when I go over on that link, so if I do it again for you to see very well, pay attention to what happens. So admin_dashboard, so we need this one, so I'm clicking on it, and you can see it automatically redirects me back to admin_login.php. So remember, we had a guard at our admin-dashboard.php, which is this file. So if I open it, there's a guard here that says if there is no session of session logged in admin, then redirect the user back to the admin login.php. That means the actual admin did not sign in, or the person trying to access this page did not sign in before trying to reach this page. So we take him back to the sign in page. So once it redirects you to this login page, you will be able to sign in, or the user will be able to sign in. So before we sign in, there is also another problem which is occurring right here. We are having an error which says it is a notice. So it is a small notice. It means it won't actually prevent our system from working, this type of errors, but it is really not. It's like we just neglected something. So we took something lightly, and the error says that the index logged in admin is undefined. So if we check it, and it says the error is located in admin_login.php on line 3. So if we check that file, that is admin login line 3, and you can see it is the same line, the same area, the same guard we had here, which prevents people from here at the dashboard, which prevents people from coming on the dashboard without signing in. We have the same guard here, which prevents people who are already signed in from trying to sign in again. So the same concept. The only difference is here, the condition at the header here. So what is the error saying? It says that this index is not defined. So what that means is this: the session, the global variable session is an array. So let me make something here. So let's assume we have an array called, let's say, array of let's say people, right, or list of people, and we declare the array as such. So by doing that, now we say Alice. That's the first person. The second person in the array is Joe. The second person in the array is John. The third person is John. The fourth person, let's say, is right. The fourth person, let's say, we give him Kevin. So let's say Kevin. And these are the people. So every single one of these people has what we call an index. It's actually the reference in the array. It's like the location of the person in the array. So by default, PHP uses numerical indexes to locate each element in an array. So in our case, for example, here, the Alice element will be at the location 0. So that's the location 0. So let me try to illustrate that. So if you take this, so this actually says that this person is at location 0, location 1, location 2, and location 3. So if you want to access this element, then we would use array of people. So array of people. So let me make it simple like that. People. And then we'll use the bracket and then indicate the index by saying, let's say 1. So by doing that, we are saying we want the person who is located at index 1. In our case, that's Joe. So the same thing goes with this array. The same thing goes with this array, except that this array does not use numerical indexes. So here, because we did not set the indexes, so PHP by default will assign numerical indexes. We have the capacity of changing these indexes. So in our case, for example, we could say for Alex, it is the first person. So we'll give him index of first. So we add an arrow that indicates that, okay, the first person is Alice. Then the second person is Joe. So the second person is Joe. So by doing that, we indicate the index for each one of these elements or this one of these peoples. So it seems there's an error here. Yes, here. So the index first will bring us Alice. So where we used 1 or 0 as index, we are now going to use the first, second, and so on. So the same thing will happen here. In the session array, we set an index logged in our admin in that array, and we assigned it some value. And where did we set that value? Where did we set that index? It was in the sign in the admin login when the admin was logging in. So this is the area. So once the admin submits the login form, we check the various variables, the various conditions, and once the conditions satisfied, then we set an array, we provide an index, right? So we set the index for that array, element, and then we assign it the value of the administrator who's tried to sign in. So if we are coming back to our array example, so it means I created an array like this. So let's say admins, and then inside the array I set an index called admin login. So to get that index, I've applied or assigned the value of admin, which is a variable. So there's no need for me to attach a string, or there's no need for me to cover it with quotes because it is a variable. So that's basically what we did here. So we created a variable, except that this case we didn't create this variable. It's part of PHP's global variables. So we use that variable global variable, and then we added an index to the variable and assigned the value to that index. So this error is telling us that the index is not defined. So basically that index will only exist if the user signs in. So until the user signs in, that variable will not have that index. That index will be by default null or undefined. So that's what PHP is actually trying to tell us here. So basically the user is not signing, therefore the logged in admin index on the session variable does not exist, and you are asking me to check if it exists here. So that's what PHP is saying. You are asking me to check if it exists here, so I don't know about it. So it means here we could have a condition to say, okay, if it is exists, if it's set. So if that variable is set, if it is set, then we can now check. No, we have if not is set here. So admin. So basically I was trying to fix the problem here where it is already fixed, and you could see here we use the function is set to check it. So in our case where the error is happening, the admin login .php line 3, so this is where it is. So we add the condition if the variable is set. So if only this variable is set, we can make this, we can do this checking. Otherwise we can just ignore it. So we go ahead and we reload and the error is gone. So this is simple as that. So whenever you have such errors, pay attention, go through the error, find the line, and then go ahead, read the code at that line and see what happened.